Hey, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect who firmly believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, I came across these news. It says the UAE and India use XRP, not US dollar, in historic oil trade. Now, if you're not familiar, XRP is a cryptocurrency, which it has its blockchain. It has some legal issues with the SEC and has recently been pretty much classified as a security token and pretty much able to use for trading, so to speak. And this news came out August 13th, and I believe Ripple or XRP, the company, only has to pay a $125 million fine in order for everything to just move fluently. But as we can see, this is it's digital currencies, and that's one step closer, in which we know to be the MOTB, the market of beast, Karagma, right? So let me just get into some of this news. India and the UAE have just made history by completing a crude oil deal that skipped the US dollar entirely, opting for XRP instead. Right? So this goes to show that because what pretty much gave the US dollar its power was the fact that there was a petrodollar. A lot of these countries had to purchase their oil by way of American dollars. So now that the American dollar is not being utilized for oil anymore, what's that in turn going to do? Further damage the dollar, which is going to cause what? Hyperinflation. And then essentially what? To go to war to defend the dollar. Right? It says India paid for oil from the UAE using their local currencies, but the transaction was run through the XRP ledger system. This system reportedly even rewards users with crypto trading fund tokens as cash back. The BRICS nations, which now include the UAE, have its membership expansion in 2024, are leading the charge to de-dollarization. The motivation is clear. They want economic independence. And the BRICS we know to be Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I believe it was South Africa. Um, they formed a conglomerate, to pretty much dissociate themselves from America and America's financial system. And it's clear. It's clear. Dubai, they're already using crypto. A lot of these countries in the Middle East are already using crypto. It's just not popularized in America. They demonized it at one point, but that was just to get the American people not to, invest in it, so to speak. But now they're actually considering Bitcoin. They're upholding Ethereum and cryptos of that nature. It says the U.S. dollar has long been the world's go-to currency, but recent geopolitical tensions and sanctions have made so many countries stressed. Ripple has partnered with the Dubai International Financial Center to link up the next wave of developers with the DEIFC Innovation Hub, the biggest innovation community in the region, housing over 1,000 tech startups, digital labs, venture capital firms, regulators, and educational groups. The UAE is one of the most advanced jurisdictions globally when it comes to offering regulatory clarity for licensed firms to offer visual asset services. Ripple is putting its money where its mouth is too. The company has committed 1 billion XRP to fund the development of new use cases on the XRP ledger. How far would the de-dollarization? For years, the US dollar has been the king of the global finance, but that crown is starting to slip. The US has been using its financial system as a weapon, imposing sanctions on countries like Russia and Iran. This has made other nations, especially those in BRICS, think twice about putting all their eggs in the dollar basket. Russian President Vladimir Putin even called dethroning the dollar irreversible and said it's gaining pace. There's also growing push within BRICS to trade using local currencies instead of the dollar. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has been open about this, questioning why countries need to use the dollar at all. He's not alone. Many leaders within BRICS share this sentiment. Then there's talks of creating a new BRICS currency. The idea is to have a currency that all BRICS nations can use for trade, bypassing the dollar entirely. But while the idea sounds great in theory, there are a lot of blocks to clear before it becomes a reality. The economic conditions of BRICS nations vary widely, in creating a unified monetary system, no small feat. Right? Now, hey man, all road leads to the MOTB, man. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. These are just things we've been speaking on year after year after year. And everything happens at a gradual pace. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's that micro C hit. When you look up the word mark in the Greek, it's charagma, which means a thing inserted, a thing imprinted. And one thing about cryptocurrencies, they'll be on the blockchain. They may use it as a legal tender, but the time is going to come to where your MOTB is going to be linked to a blockchain, right? Your MOTB is going to be linked to a blockchain. And the way they got it set up, of course, they wanted to demonize, investing in cryptocurrencies and things like that, turn people away from it, because they're trying to get rid of the middle class, and all the middle class know is what? The middle class and poor class, all they really know is what? Federal Reserve notes. They don't know much about investing into, cryptocurrencies. They don't know much about investing into stocks or whatever the case is. They're in a survival state. So they don't even have the money to invest. And then when these devils crippled the economy, a lot of people lost jobs. You're put in that survival state, so where you're not going to invest in said currencies, right? But now that they're beautifying it, because it's going to be a part of the next financial system, these devils got something called a UBI, which is a universal basic income. And that's what majority of the people who have not invested in said currencies, that's what they're going to be operating off of. And your funds are going to expire after a certain time. You're not going to be able to purchase certain amount of goods the same amount of times. Like, you're not going to be able to buy. You may not be able to go shopping and buy sneakers like you want to, or buy clothing like you want to, or take vacations like you want to, or buy in 3 steaks in a week like you want to. Everything's going to be permissible. Everything backed by permission. That's what these devils, got coming. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. 666. These are the times that we live in. But when we read that, we also got to read the judgment that's coming with it. If you do take that charagma. Revelation 14 and 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the heavenly Father, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So essentially you're going to eat a missile. You find yourself getting micro C hit, you're going to eat a missile. And that's why you can see a lot of people who may be heavily invested, let's say, in the crypto space. You go from living check to check, now you're a multi-millionaire. You're going to have to make that decision whether you want to continue to live that lifestyle when that charagma is being instituted and through that blockchain. You're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision. So these are the times that we live in it, man. But it's all going to come to no avail. This is all planned out, within all countries. They know they want to get rid of the dollar. They just playing a game with it. Job chapter 5 verse 12, he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. That's right. So essentially, when you start to mandate, that micro C hip and that charagma, you're one step closer to your downfall. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. That's right. Because once you slip and attempt to push that micro C hip, that's when the Heavenly Father is going to cause your kingdom to fall down. That's when the Heavenly Father is going to cause your kingdom to fall down. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring complete and utter destruction upon you devils, upon you Edomites. And we can't wait to see it. We can't wait to see it. Because we know the end game. We know what you got planned, and we know what the Heavenly Father got planned. And what you got planned is what the Heavenly Father got planned, to a certain extent. To a certain extent. That's why the Lord said, we shall put you in order right before your eyes. Psalm 21:11, for they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. That's right. You're going to be able to perform it for a certain amount of time. You're going to be able to perform it for a certain amount of time. But then the Heavenly Father is going to make his move. Simple and plain. The Heavenly Father is going to make his move. So, we are in exciting times to where we're going to be able to witness this devil's downfall. And that's and cryptocurrency is one way that these devils are going to attempt to clear all debt. Because it's going to be a new system. It's going to be a new financial system. All debt is clear, so to speak. And that's why they're buying up all of this Bitcoin in the attempt to eliminate all the debt in which they have. So we it's one of those things we're just gonna have to wait and see. How exactly it's gonna play out. How exactly it's gonna play out. Let me see. This is Job chapter 18. Let me see. Verse 5, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the will, and the robber shall prevail against him. That's Yahushua. But for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. That's him attempting to establish that new world order. Spearheaded with the MOTB. You walking upon the own snare. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. That's what pride and ego do. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. And little does he know it. The thing is, this devil doesn't even know it. It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. That's right. Shall bring him to the king of terrors. Who's the king of terrors? Yahushua. You don't perform unless you have confidence. So what's the Heavenly Father going to do? And what gives this devil confidence? His technology. His financial system. We see how I said they use the dollar as a weapon. But now that that weapon is losing power, their confidence is being diminished. And though they think crypto is a safe haven, the Lord's going to show you how that's not going to work. So what your technology is going to fail, and all confidence is going to be rooted out. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world, just like he did, just like what happened during the time of the Dark Ages when he got chased into the mountains. At this time, he's getting burnt off the face of the earth, man. This time around, he's getting burnt off the face of the earth after he serves his 1,000 years of captivity, as spoken on in the book of Obadiah. It says, "They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are all dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not Yahweh." Ba'ashem Yahushai. So, this devil's going to be put, on the block list. We're approaching a time to where this devil's going to be put on the block list, because he knoweth not the Most High. He does everything completely adverse to what the scriptures say. So there's what? Great judgment for that. There's slavery for that. And we just can't wait to see. So, that's in the news. You know what I'm saying? In the news, that's what, what's going on with the financial system. And the plans in which these BRICS have, against America. And this is information that majority of the people don't even know because they're not paying attention. They don't follow the money. They don't follow geopolitical information. All they're worried about what's going on this weekend. That's all they're worried about. So it's going to cost you to not know. You know what I mean? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honors to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the elect. Shalom.